welcome to Follow the Money. I'm China Barachina. Here we uncover the stories and strategies of how money really moves. Money is a mirror. It shows us who we are when things go right and who we become when everything falls apart. My guest today once had it all, a thriving coaching business, a strong network, the confidence that comes with success. But in 2024, that story changed overnight. She was scammed out of 7 figures in dollars, wiped out financially, shaken emotionally, and forced to rebuild from nothing. Yet this is not a story about loss. It's about what money can't buy: faith, integrity, and purpose. Out of bankruptcy came Hey Lucky Café Co, a space born from healing and intention. Out of pain came out a book, The Power Profile, teaching others how to rise stronger and lead with clarity. Because at the end of the day, following the money isn't just about chasing profit. It's about tracing purpose, learning where value truly begins. She's a coach, an entrepreneur, and a comeback story that proves resilience compounds better than interest. Please welcome the founder of Hey Lucky Café Co and author of The Power Profile, Kassy Pajarillo.
Hi, China. Hi.
Kassy, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for saying yes, because a lot of people needs this, this story to come out. So, what were the first few years of entrepreneurship like for you?
Honestly, entrepreneurship for me is just a journey of being a curious cat. I've always seen that when you have a problem, there will always be a solution. So it came from just simply wanting a Hello Kitty bag back when I was in, I think it was in 6th grade. It was just 800 pesos. And because my family would always say, money is not a reward, but rather it's something that you work hard for. Then that's the time that I fought for it, and I thought, okay, what am I going to do?
What age were you in?
Oh my gosh, that was in 6th grade.
So that was 12, 11?
Probably.
Oh.
I can't even remember the age anymore. And then moving forward, it just came to be something that I treated like a game. So whenever I wanted something, whether it's a cell phone, whether it's a MacBook, whatever that may be, what I would do is I would try to find ways to actually have that money, because it's something, there's a feeling of really, there's a certain feeling you can never untouch and you can never describe whenever you have something acquired within your own pursuit. So,
but what was the very first formal business that you had?
The formal business I had was when I got laid off from my job. I'm a hospitality professional.
Okay.
And
For how many years?
I was for maybe 2-3 years. I've been in a hospitality job on and off. So my first entrepreneurial stint was I created a magazine. It was a publishing magazine because I was so addicted with running. So during those times when I keep on running, and before influencer marketing was born, I was already blogging about it. And I didn't know you can actually earn from it.
This is blog writing.
It's writing. So you can blog about it. So I was just keep on blogging it. And then later on, brands were saying, hey, Cassie, from the States, they would send me it wasn't even AdSense before, it was just like backlinks. And I didn't know that you can actually earn from those things. And from there, it gave birth to, long story, it gave birth to a magazine. So I had those little tiny magazines that
What's the magazine called?
It's called FTW, For the Win.
Oh,
right.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, and we had it all distributed on coffee shops. We would just put it on the coffee shops, and from there, it has coupons where people can actually buy using those coupons, and then we will be able to trace what are the metrics of the conversion. Okay. So from there, it was instantly 1 million pesos at the time of 1 million.
Nice. What year? What year is this?
I think this was early 2000s. It felt like when you say 1 million at that time, it felt like.
If you will compute the inflation from 20 years ago, then that's roughly around 15 million at least, like the value of it now.
It was so huge for a kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how old were you then?
I think I was 21.
Wow.
22.
So what was the biggest win during those early years that you made it?
The biggest year was during the pandemic, though. During the
Okay.
pandemic, it was out of, again, trying to find solution to every single problem. So since I'm a kind of
So this
person,
is like 20 years after.
yes, 20 years after, there were a lot of other things that I've went through because, again, for me, entrepreneurship is a game. It's not a career path.
But you never had, like, I mean, you never applied for a job right after you did, after the hospitality, you didn't go back to the
I
to
did, but
employment?
it was really solely because I wanted to learn structure.
Oh, okay.
And
okay,
once
okay.
that I have learned what I wanted, then
What industry?
hospitality still.
Okay,
Hospitality
okay.
and marketing, ad agencies.
Okay.
Yeah, so during the pandemic, what happened was I tried to find a solution. And from there,
What was the problem?
the problem is that everybody didn't have any job, and yet there are a lot of people who actually are great in what they do. So I sincerely believe that when wealth is in the hands of good, happy women with integrity, nothing bad happens in society, right?
So what did you do? What solution did
So
you
the
find?
solution was, it was all about LinkedIn. At the time, LinkedIn is like the platform where you get to find, well, people with integrity in the professional world, right? So
The Facebook of the professionals.
correct. So what happened was I actually taught a couple of people of how to use LinkedIn. It was so simple, but it was so effective. In 5 days or in 7 days, it was instantly a $5,000 endeavor. And I didn't know that it was actually something that's feasible. And then later on, it just gave birth, and next thing you know, it was already a 7-figure business.
Wow. So, but that was like a business investment. And besides that, you also have, or you were also engaging to different investment instruments.
Yes.
So, what are the investment instruments that you were in?
You know,
during that time?
China, in a world where money is really not thought in this, especially in our country, it's not, you know, I mean, we don't have it in school, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
What we all have is credit, debit, and that's it, right? We're not even taught about what are really investments. What we know is, oh, there's trading, sure, but how do you actually do that? So during at the time when I had the money, I actually thought I was investing on the right things. So I did the due diligence. One of my greatest dream was to become a venture capitalist.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you dream big, right? Go
Yeah.
big or go home.
Yeah.
However, well, of course, again, I didn't know better, but I did my due diligence of there are SECs, there are DTIs, they have all the paperwork. I invested on 2 entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Who-
And what's the business?
The business was it was the height of milk teas and coffee trucks.
Okay.
I actually bought the coffee machines and some of the ingredients from her. And from there, I said, okay, great.
Is it like a branch?
It's a branch, it's a distributorship. The business was running for 4 years or 5
Okay,
years.
not bad.
Very young, she's 30 years old, and I love ambitious women. You know this personally, right? So when I invested in that, I thought, okay, great, sure, let me support you since you have 400 people who already
year was this?
invested 2024.
Okay. Oh, that's okay. This is the one.
This is the one.
Before we get into that, like, or who shaped your mindset about money and success? I mean, back then.
It's actually my dad.
Oh, okay.
He was
Hi,
just
Dad.
here.
I'm in
Yeah,
the
it's
studio.
actually my dad. My dad is a man of integrity. He used to work for DTI. He used to write, also journalist. You can't even, you know, red tapes and all that. That's a no-no for him.
What was the discipline that he has taught you? Over
Well, at the
years?
early age, I have been reading Bob Proctor already. At the early age, like 7 Habits of maybe those
Really?
kind of, yes, at
Okay.
an early age, I've been reading those kinds of books already. And he would always tell me that, again, money is not a reward. It's something that you have to work for. Of course, you have to put in the hard work first before the smart work happens. It's not the other way around. So that's where the discipline happened. And you always put the integrity in.
So, Cassie, how did coaching naman become your passion? And was it something planned, or again, you found a solution to something that is, you know, worth trying, and there's a gap that you have found?
Yes, coaching was, honestly, I didn't want to be called as a coach at first because for me, like coach, of course, what we know is like, oh, okay, I'm a sports coach. You know, you have
okay, the
the
typical.
typical definition. I actually just found it. It just led to me, and I found myself, okay, I can actually help people. So instead of calling it as coaching, I call it as helping people. So
What do they call you?
but they still call me coach. I mean, I let other people call me how they want to be, how they want to call me, and that's when it was born.
Okay.
That was just it.
So in terms of like, let's go to the part that you have been to the businesses. You have been employed in hospitality. You're already, gaining your savings and investment to different types. What was your relationship with money then before the 2024 incident?
Money will amplify you. That has always been my principle.
Like if you are someone who's nice, then you'll be nicer. Is that what you mean by
yes, it means kindness. Because when you have money, you have the privilege to help other people. I remember one of those calamities wherein I was part of this organization wherein we help, when we help people whenever there are calamities. I remember there's a certain moment I was in Indonesia with a couple of friends from Mind Valley, and we were saying, how come we can't help these people outright from our own money? And it felt bad. Like, why do we have to do fundraising when it should be, us who have these kinds of money? So from there, I swore, that when I get back from that retreat, I told myself, okay, Cassie, we're going to change the game here. We are going to put intention to where the money is going to go. That's something that I always teach my clients. Whenever you receive money, it's not for you to keep, but it's for you to actually give. So where are you going to place it? Put an intention to every single centavo. And from there on...
Wow, intention for every single centavo.
Centavo.
That's really nice. But, Cassie, we want to learn more about this, but we're just warming up. Follow the Money Returns after a short break. Welcome back to Follow the Money. Still with us is Kassy Pajarillo, founder of Hey Lucky Café Co. and the author of Power Profile. So, ngayon, punta naman tayo dun sa 2024. I know that this is so hard to look back to, but I just want to know, like, what exactly happened?
Okay, so long story short, again, it's my dream to become a venture capitalist. So eventually, finally, I have the money to actually put a venture, be a capitalist. So I found this girl who had this venture, due diligence, everything, had a conversation, everything. And when she asked for, of course, the capital for food trucks at that time, and she had 400 capitalists, so of course it's legit. 400 people. So what happened was I did say, okay, let me support you. Of course, long story short, of course, support you. And then later on, things were getting a little bit more shady.
And why do you say shady?
Shady in such a way that she wasn't paying the profits for those capitalists whom she owes.
Was there a due date for that she told you that this is the time that she will be giving dividends?
Absolutely. So everybody get to have every single month a certain profit, and it has been going for 4 years, 5 years. So it was legit, right? Not until things were getting shady and the people weren't getting their capital or their profits anymore.
May I know the line of businesses that
it was a
funding?
distributorship for coffee and for beverages, ingredients. It was the height of coffee shops.
Okay.
And also food
So there are
trucks.
distributors.
They're distributors.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
distributors.
have you seen what was the business doing that they're supplying during that time?
Yes.
Was it like going down or going like?
So she has a warehouse. It was packed. I see people packing. It was really legit. 400 people is all in a chat group. You can see them, everybody happy. Everybody were getting, the trust is solid. I've met a couple of friends who also invested. But not later on. By the end of the year, that was when things were getting shady, meaning people weren't getting their profits. She was beginning to have all these excuses about money.
What were the excuses that was given?
Well,
to
the
you?
excuses was the usual naamla, naamla, the frozen, the bank accounts got frozen. She had delays with.
But why did she tell you the reason why it was frozen? It's not just, the next day that the bank will freeze an account.
Exactly, exactly. Well, it's because there was an influx of money that came in. That's one of the reasons. Another was there were huge purchase orders, and then there were a brand also. I don't want to mention the name of the brand anymore. A conglomerate's name was actually involved already, and then that was when I was hit. I was,
You're trying to realize na, may something na
meron
to.
na eh, meron na.
Ayan.
So that was then, and I asked for all the refunds, reversals from credit cards, because I swiped my credit card, never cash in business. So it was never cash. So it was credit card. So I asked her for.
Is this a strategy?
It's a strategy. It's a strategy for me because, of course, and if you're using credit cards, you have extra security, supposedly, plus, of course, the insurance of the credit cards. So I had everything in place, the credit memo, all the things that the banks would need if you need reversals. So we had that. But then after I gave all those paperwork, suddenly, a lot of the people were already asking for refunds and reversals as well. So it has been 11 or 12 months battle up until this day, and it's, if I may, 2.2 billion is actually missing, allegedly.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
So how did it feel emotionally and spiritually to lose 7 figures in dollars overnight?
Yeah. Honestly, it was crushing. And it's true when they say that you would feel as if you are stupid. You would feel embarrassed.
Because how come a coach like me, have been fooled by someone like this?
Or even an educated person.
Yeah.
Whoever.
Yeah.
So I felt every single thing on my bone. My nervous system was shaking. Even if you say mindset lang yan, hindi eh. Hindi talaga.
It's easier said than
It's
done.
easier said than done. But after a while, when I heard about and learned about what happened with the rest of the other investors, that's when I realized we were being silenced. That when you get scammed, you will really be silenced because of, again, shame, embarrassment, and mental health.
Yeah.
And it's true. It's true that you would feel like you're depleted, that you have nothing else to give, but that's not true. So what I did was, in order for me to overcome it, I even had death threats, mind you.
Oh my gosh.
You're right. But then again, what I did was I had to stand. I had to stand tall. I had to be an advocate for people, who was getting scammed.
But was there a formal complaint that was filed in NBI about this?
Yes.
So what helps, and then what helped you get through the lowest days?
It was just recently when I just said, pardon my French, but I had to curse, and I said, I'm done. I'm going to go all out. I'm going to go all in and all out. I'm going to share what this is all about. So I created 4 videos about that scam. Well, it's not really about that scam, but the truth of what is it like to be scammed, your nervous system, your mental health, how is it like?
The journey
the
of the victim.
And as much as I love, not love, but as much as I appreciated knowing that the bank started to reach out to me because there was a social media component, it actually frustrated me also. Like, bakit kailangan may parating social media para mapansin? Diba?
Yeah.
And so it has been a battle. I've met a couple of bank presidents and people, key players, and it's still a battle up until this day.
But Cassie, you wrote money follows integrity and prayer.
Amen.
Where did that
Amen.
belief come from?
It was because I had to pick the pieces up. And again, what I felt was when I was praying, I said, I asked God, how can I recover from this? If I am feeling this kind of shame and an embarrassment, if I'm already feeling as if, how am I going to brave the bank collecting every single day? How am I going to, all these questions, I realized, if I was actually having this, what more is she, who's also, who allegedly 2.2 billion is missing, and her story is she's just walking somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
She's still
What
free.
was the hardest part? Like the financial loss or the hit to your confidence?
Hit to my confidence. It's really the hit to confidence. Money, you can always regain that. Money is circulating. It's everywhere. But your confidence, you have to pick the pieces.
And how did you start trusting yourself again after that?
It's funny, but I didn't go straight to business. I instead went to fitness. So
Okay.
I went back to the principle of do exactly what you said you would do. So I listed down 3 things that I would do every single day. I coached myself exactly how I coach my clients. I have a podcast, so I would listen to my own podcast. Like, oh, what would Cassie do? So I had to listen to
What
that.
would Cassie do?
What would Cassie do? So I listened to that and the principle of do exactly what you said you would do. And it all started with Cass, wake up at 5 a.m. and complete 6,000 steps. That was it. It was so simple. Crying while walking, everything, I mean, you have to internalize it. But after that, I just counted the wins. And then later on, 1 year, it's been going on for 1 year, I've never missed a day of walking.
Nice. So, and then how did Hey Lucky Cafe naman land in your lap?
Yes. So I was praying to God and I said, I can't put my confidence out. I can't put myself out there like this. How can I coach other people if I am broken? How can I coach other people to have those 6-7-figure dollars if I am broken? So what happened was I had to.
You had to what?
Yeah, so I had to tell everybody, I have to tell myself that you can pick the pieces up. Yeah.
And then, I mean, why the name Hey Lucky?
Oh, yeah, sorry. So what happened with Hey Lucky? Hey Lucky came about because, again, I was broken and I wanted something that is not me in front of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted it something wherein it has
What was your
a solution.
inspiration? Because I think there's like a Saint Patrick. Is it the lucky the leaf?
Right, so Hey Lucky is actually my dog. So right smack in the middle, there's a photo of our dog, Lucky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, and then the clover, because luck comes with preparation. I don't believe that luck just falls in your lap, actually. It comes with a preparation and readiness. So at that time, I was so ready to face a new chapter in my life. So that was that. And my husband is a sports photographer, so it also looked like Celtics, actually. So
Yeah, it looks like Boston Celtics.
Boston
logo.
Celtics. So Hey Lucky happened. Yes, it fell in my lap with 0 money in my bank account. What happened was...
How did you start? Like, where did you get the capital?
I spoke with a couple of friends, and they said, one of my friends said, Cassie, do you want to have a coffee shop? Because we're looking for someone. Just operate it. I was like, okay. And then for me, because I was regaining my confidence, like, I can do that. Sure, give me 30 days. And from that 30 days, it was unbelievable on how God actually works in mysterious ways.
Nice.
Again, money flows with integrity, right? So what happened was there were a couple of clients in the past who actually owes me. And they realized in their own businesses, I don't know, some miracles, they called and say, Cassie, now we understand what it's like to be an entrepreneur and that it is of integrity, really. If you owe someone money, you have to pay them back. So, okay, what happened? And then they started depositing what they owe me.
Nice.
And the deposit were exactly how much I needed to a T.
Wow.
So if it wasn't because of God's work, not to be religious or anything, I'm not spiritual or anything, but I think this is where I truly believe it's grace.
And then how did this is going to be my last question.
Right.
But the book, how was it born? Like,
oh, the book is because it was born out of me compiling how do you get to come up with a solution to a problem. So again, Hey Lucky Cafe came from my own problem. I have polycystic ovary syndrome. We're trying to conceive. And every time that I see someone who is actually purchasing coffee, I feel guilty. I feel bad for them because it's filled of the rise of diabetes and all. And I said, must be something that I can do that I can feel safe to. So that's why our offers are with all allulose and monk fruit. So going back to your question, which was the book, that was where I compiled it and I placed in there. How do you get to solve a problem using your powerful profile? Because you as a person, you are the asset. You have everything you need. You don't need all these other technology or well, yes, technology, amen. But you are the person who can actually find a solution and make money anywhere, wherever.
Nice one, Cassie.
Yeah.
So let's go to rapid fire to lighten up this conversation. But I know that this is something that people has to address. So coffee or matcha?
Coffee.
Morning mantra. What's your morning mantra?
Morning mantra.
What do you say to the mirror to yourself, like trying, or while you're walking?
Oh, I would always say, I sincerely believe when wealth is in the hands of good, happy women with integrity, nothing bad happens in society.
Nice. Your money superpower.
My money is superpower? What do you mean?
You mean, how do you think that you can regain this? Like, what is the secret principle that you know, that you believe in?
Oh, money is a magnet.
Last time you felt lucky?
Every day.
And one book that changed your life?
Bob Proctor.
Any title? Like anything?
Grow and think.
Think rich. Okay, faith in one word.
Everything.
A financial habit you'll never break.
Pay yourself first.
Risk you're glad you took.
Risk I'm glad I took. Hey Lucky Café.
And then finish the sentence. Money follows you when blank.
Money follows you?
When blank.
Money follows me when I have integrity all the time.
And then this is our traditional question for the show. It's usually in the verse, it's love for money is the root of all evil. But if I'm going to ask you, money is the root of all blank for you, what will it be?
Money is an amplifier of your true character.
Thank you so much, Cassie.
You're welcome.
And your insights. We hope that you find justice in what happened to, that scam that just happened. I know you're still in the middle of the battle.
Thank you.
They say money reveals who we are, but losing it shows what we're made of. Cassie's story isn't just about recovering from a 7-figure scam. It's about rebuilding trust in yourself, redefining what wealth means, and realizing that purpose pays the highest dividends. As J.K. Rowling once said, rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. Maybe that's the real message of Follow the Money, that while fortune can fade, faith, integrity, and courage are the currencies that never lose value. And before we go, it's 51 days till Christmas. Yeah, are you excited?
No,
yes. I'm China Barachina. Stay curious, stay sharp, and always follow the money.